of humanity. There is a manual for every book that is written. There is a manual for every gadget that is made. There's a manual for every creature that is on earth. There's a manual for everything that was created on planet Earth. There's even a manual for worship. You know that? There's a manual for worship. There's a way that the Bible tells us how we should worship, when we should worship, how we should dress up when we come to a place of worship. It is written down. It is written down. And worship at different levels. There is in the outer court. Everything is written. The right place, a manual is a reference book reflecting the mind of the author or the maker. A manual is a reference book reflecting the mind of the author or the maker. Without the manual, you cannot operate in your full existence potential. Without the manual, you cannot operate in your full existence potential or in your full creation potential. Because even the people that don't know that they exist, I'm talking about the dead, there is a manual that has been written about the dead. The Bible says, at the end of the road, you return this body back to the flesh. That's why we bury you, so that it returns. There's a manual written about that. So the full definition of a reference is the act of referring. So a manual is a reference book. That means it is a consulting book. It consults the maker, the person who made that product. Now allow me to invite the church back to the maker's mind before we abuse this grace. Because many errors happen when the manual is misused. And when you fulfill this manual, when you fulfill this manual, life will get ease because you'll be using the product the way it's supposed to be used. There is a manual for everything. We misuse this manual in many ways, and we think that the product is good. You know, I can hit this phone, and you'll get the sound, right? And you can feel the rhythm. But that is not the maker's mind about this phone. But sometimes you find stupid people dancing to that rhythm, but they don't pay attention where the rhythm comes from. That's the problem. You can enjoy until you mismanage the product. There are 5 questions of humanity, and these questions control everything we have. They control how you spend. They control the kind of friends that you have. And when we want to look at these 5 questions of humanity, and these questions will answer to us back why you are the way you are. Are you in the full operation of the maker's mind about yourself? And once you answer this question, life will become more meaningful to you. Because they answer how businesses run. They answer how people get married. These 5 questions of humanity. They answer why you are in church and not in a mosque. These questions of humanity, they are the reasons why some of you join politics and some don't. These 5 questions of humanity are the reasons why the people that are lesser than by you in age are making it in life and you are not. These 5 questions of humanity, they're the reasons why the teacher comes in class and teaches you the same thing, but you fail to get 90 and some people get 90. These 5 questions in humanity, until you answer this question, you cannot have a meaning. The first question of humanity is, who am I? What is your identity? This question is about you defining what is your identity. We imitate many other people because we don't know label codes, but we don't know who we are. You think you cannot make it when you do your own thing. That's why my children studied my school, because they should be able to get at the end of the day and realize that, hey, we studied in our father's school, so we can be able also to make our own. We do things like other people do them because we don't know our identity. What is your identity as a pastor? When people look at you in the morning, what do they see that defines you? What is your identity? Ask your neighbor, what is your identity? Who are you? Before you start thinking of other people, who are you? Put yourself in the mirror and ask yourself, me, who am I? I ask myself that question every other day in my life. This day has broken through. I go to my mirror and make sure in my bathroom there is a mirror, a whole wall when you enter there, and I make sure I'm naked. I look there and say, I ask myself a lot of questions. When I'm naked right there, I look myself. Like, you know what? Definitely, does this guy that I see in the mirror, does he make my wife happy? I ask a lot of questions. The problem that we have, we don't find time for ourselves. But if you can ask yourself, if you find yourself, there's a book I'm writing, and it's called I Found Me. I Found Me. If you were to wake up in the morning and you are to look at whatever that you've done in the last 1 year, would you give yourself marks? Like you wake up in the morning and seriously, you find yourself, like, this guy is dating that boy. Really? What was this thinking? The things that you've said, they come back in reflection. That was you lying, and you're the one actually looking at yourself. I'm telling you, there are some things that I've done in my life, and when I'm to meet me, I run away. I say, hey, leave me alone with something, because it's so scary when you start analyzing who you are. For me, I can be, and that's the same thing I've also put in my toilet. In my toilet, when you close the door like this, there's even I put magazines in my toilet. I don't want. Last time I found out my children are also becoming like me. They go in the toilet with their gadgets. I don't want to waste time doing only one thing. So I sit in the toilet and there's a mirror. But I ask myself a lot of questions. Really, who am I? What is my identity? And when I'm trying to pass out whatever I ate, and I'm asking myself, okay, the reason why I'm in toilet is because I ate food. What profit that food do in my life? What did I do to deserve that food? Because I'm now passing